I'll tell you what, guys, Boston's war on drugs, if you even want to call it that, this has been an absolute failure and an absolute disgrace. If you live in the South End or Roxbury, you already know what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from. This isn't like an abstract policy anymore. There's needles on sidewalks, addicts are shooting up in broad daylight, and we have city leaders who are scrambling to explain how things keep getting worse without providing any answers to a solution. This is not about bad or good governance. It is a lack of either. This is like a performance art. And guess what? It is completely failing. The city's grand plan to clean up the most dangerous intersection, maybe on the East Coast, at least in probably New England, it's backfired. It's a failure, right? And now it is scattering into other communities. People are scared. Families are scared. These families are living like hostages in their own homes because they're shooting up on their front porches and or sidewalks. And now there's going to be, in my opinion, real world consequences in regards to this. You can't just stick a Band-Aid on these problems. And where is Michelle Wu? She is absolutely nowhere to be found, okay? Nowhere to be found. This isn't even a left versus right issue, okay? This is purely a leadership problem. And it's also a law and order issue. This is what happens when your ideologies override accountability, okay? When officials that are clinging on to failed strategies and they're leaving their residents to suffer. That's all this is. I'm going to share this article with you. I'm going to read a little bit into it. So this is from the Herald. Brave enough. The Herald likes to cover things that other publications do not, okay? And who wrote this? Gayla Colley. I've read a couple of her articles in the past. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but I want to just give you some of my opinions on at least the beginning of the article. Then I'm going to share you some photos with you and some videos that you probably have not seen. I do not know if this video will get blacklisted on YouTube because of the content, but we're going to give it a shot, all right? It says a top Wu administration official admitted that the city's plan to tackle the open-air drug market at Mass and Cass has failed after being bombarded by complaints from residents who say the spillover into their neighborhoods is out of control. They voted for this, unfortunately. The admission from the Boston Public Health Commissioner, Bisola, I cannot pronounce the last name. I am so sorry, okay? I am sorry. At a South End community meeting swiftly led to elected officials from the area calling for the Wu administration reevaluate a city plan that began with the removal of tent encampments in late 2023, and it has not worked. Reevaluate is the wrong word for this, okay? This needs a complete and utter overhaul, okay? It's not a reevaluation. You don't want to reevaluate what is already not working, okay? This needs an entire overhaul. It's an absolute disgrace. It feels as though very little that any of us are doing to combat this drug use epidemic is actually working. People out in the street injecting each other in the neck. I mean, nobody wants this. And I think that we have failed in terms of the drug use epidemic. Well, guess what? When you do have a mayor that ran on pretty much defunding the police or is light on crime, guess what? This is the results, okay? This is what happens. So if that's what you want me to say, then I'm admitting that we have failed. That's good. They are starting from a place of knowing what went wrong, but the fact is they also have to come from a place of what can go right. They need to do something here. And I'm not a professional on what should or shouldn't be done, but I'll say this much, guys. I think that a coalition needs to be formed next to or adjacent to the police, right? Instead of wasting money on all of these absolutely ridiculous programs, they need to start with the basics, okay? Let's see what else it says here. Disorder will continue to increase and spread until it's stopped. Human waste, oh my God. Yeah, there's literally people running on top of cars completely naked. Okay, I'm not going to show that video, but it is out there. The conditions in the South End, Roxbury, Mass, and Cass and beyond are inhumane and out of control. Jonathan Alves, president of the Blackstone Franklin Square Neighborhood Association, said, inhumane for the people who are addicted and rotting on our streets, inhumane for the residents, for the families, inhumane for the businesses, inhumane for everyone. Alves said he's called a 911 more times in the past 10 years than he has during his entire lifetime. So ridiculous, okay? We don't want to hear more stats. We don't want to hear we don't want to hear more stats. We don't want to hear more about housing. We want to see a change, a material change. We want to see zero needles on the streets. We want to see zero open air drug use. That is what we want to see. Perception matters more. What we see matters more. What we experience matters more. That's very well put. As bad as it's ever been. Of course. I mean, when you just relocate people from area A to area B, guess what? And you're not solving the problem, you're going to have the same issue and it's going to follow, right? Let me show you this. I guess I could show some of this stuff. Let me scroll up a little bit. Hang on 1 minute. Let me see if there's audio. Look at this. I don't know if there's audio with this one. No audio. But this woman is performing the most eccentric yoga I've literally ever seen. Okay, they're like lost souls. I swear, Boston is turning into an episode from The Walking Dead and or an episode from or The Last of Us. Right? Like it's insane. All right, got people sleeping. What else do we got?
What's going on in our neighborhood.
Oops, sorry about that.
These are the individuals that come over here off of Mass and Cass because they know nobody's looking at them and paying attention. Now this usual area over here is the other site that they come over to.
Yep.
Behind these businesses over by the CVS and Brothers Market to get high.
Onlookers are just like, what the hell is going on here?
Smoking crack, shooting up, and they leave their mess behind. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I was over here, and you found the needles, saline solution, and all that other kind of stuff here that they leave behind.
Uh-oh.
This is the crap that we have to go deal with.
Oh, this guy's going in.
The community, because people
I thought he was just watching.
in the city council and the Boston police don't come over here and clean this shit the fuck up.
Yeah, I could comment on that. So the reason the Boston police are not coming is more than likely because they're not being told to. And on top of that, as far as the metrics that I've seen, Boston Police Department is down by hundreds upon hundreds of officers. So guess what? When you have a mayor that runs on being soft on crime, this is the result. Yeah, this guy's going in.
Now, this is the runoff that you get from Mass and Cass. Because I can.
Let's find another one. Oh, yeah, we got this one, too. I don't even know if I can play this.
It's a shame. Young black man on the street getting high. Because they're not getting any.
I mean, this guy's got to be what? Maybe in his late 20s, early 30s. I mean, it's just a shame. And nobody is trying to, like, help these people, I feel like. Let me see if I can find some more. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. I'm telling you, it is literally like The Walking Dead. It's insane. It's really insane. Oh, here's another one. Is this the same yoga? I mean, look at it this way, right? I'm in real estate. If I'm having an open house and I have this going on, who do you think is going to come to the damn open house? I mean, it is crazy what is happening. I don't know if I don't even know what to say. Look at this. I mean, it is nuts. It's nuts. It's just it's really, really disgraceful. And you know what? The reality here, this, as I said earlier, this is what happens when you have these mayors that are in a position that are too busy fighting for, let's say, wolves in sheep's clothing, and your whole entire campaign was to, at least a portion of it, was to effectively defund the police, right? How does that encourage police officers to want to come and work for the city, right? If you had a strong mayor, guess what would happen? You would have more policing. But when you do have a mayor that perhaps does not like police, you're going to have less police that want to even join because they feel like, guess what? They're going to be disenfranchised and working against what otherwise would be the city's best interest. It's really disgraceful, and something needs to be done. I mean, something's got to be done here. I don't know if like they could, model this off of other states that did it the right way. But this is not it. If they're using the California strategy, guess what? That ain't going to work. This is a huge problem. And again, it's only getting worse. And the reason that you know it's getting worse is if you have residents complaining outside of the immediate area of mass and Cass. So if it's spreading like an infection does, right? And when that's happening and you have more and more and more people and residents of your city that are being affected by these things, well, guess what? They are going to speak up. I don't know if you've ever seen these videos before. I really don't watch any or much of the local news here, the legacy media, but there it is, right? There it is. So I don't know. Call your reps and complain. That's the best thing that I could tell you. They need to come up with a realistic solution. They need to come up with a realistic strategy that could help circumvent these problems. And like I said earlier, whether that's increasing the police, in these problematic areas, or forming a task force or something that will work alongside of the police in order to help these people. Like, that should be what's happening. And so far, it's not. Okay? That's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.